Here with Damion Hahn after a 33-6 win over Princeton. You guys had Drexel yesterday, Penn today, Cornell. Princeton now. I got it backwards. Anyway, tell me a little bit about your assessment of the team this weekend.
This weekend was a good test. Three duels. Friday night, then two today. So this is all preparation for the conference tournament and the national tournament. And I think our guys performed overall well. We lost a couple of matches where we were in it a little bit, but I think you lose a match, you come back and you perform, and right now this is our 16th Ivy League title consecutive wise, and this is for the team, and so you lose a match, you come back, you regroup, and whether you battle back for a win or you battle back to keep it close for the team, I think is important.
Young team, is it a different approach this year with so much youth, inexperience, or is it kind of the same? I know it's always a little different.
It's always a little different because you have a different group of kids, different dynamics, different emotions, and trying to get all those in order, in line, is always the most important but difficult thing to do. We approach this, and we do have a young team. We approach this year, and we want to get our guys exposure. We want these guys understanding, hey, year in and year out, Cornell is a national competitive team, and we want these guys to know that not only do we expect, but they expect from themselves a high level of success. And these guys understand that. And having a young kid, a young team, young mind, you can get that right into them right away, and it takes off. So I love it. I love our team. It's young, but they're fighters, and it's good. You put those guys out on the mat, and they perform for you.
I've been around a lot of wrestling most of my life, and your name continually comes up as one of the really good guys in wrestling. Tell me what your relationship is with the sport when you were a wrestler, as a coach, and has it changed as a coach?
This sport has done more for me than anything. Really, this is my parents got me involved in this at a very young age.
Did your dad wrestle?
My dad wrestled 2 years in high school.
Okay.
And they got me involved in it early. This sport has taught me, discipline, dedication. Hard work. You name it. This is the foundation. When I go and talk to people and kids and youth, and this is the foundation for the rest of your life. What this sport can teach you. This sport is everything to me. And now being a coach, one thing that the day I said I was done, that I retired in 2008, and I was able to give back, more to the sport through coaching. I'd give back everything I ever did to see my guys have success. That is my passion, and I wouldn't have it any other way. These are my guys. This is my family, and this sport has given me so much. It'd be a shame for me not to give back, and I enjoy what I'm doing. So it's important.
Is this your last stop, Cornell, or are you looking around? Your name has always floated.
Why you put me on the spot?
Because I'm sorry.
No, I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm very happy. Rob Cole named me an associate head coach a handful of years ago. My wife is, we're establishing the community. My wife works for Cornell. I have two little boys, but one's still in Cornell daycare. The other one just finished up and is heading off. He's in kindergarten. So, we have a community, we have a family, and we're happy. We really are. So, what the future holds, nobody can ever know.
Sure.
But, we have a job here to do. We have to take care of these guys on this team and give them everything we have, and in return, we want the same. So it's good.
Now, you're not nearly my age group here, but as you get older, messing around with these guys, tell me, have you learned to wrestle smarter?
It's funny because I joke around about it a lot. I'm 30. I'm gonna be 30. Oh my God, I'll be 38 this year.
Oh my God, I don't even remember 38.
I'll be 38 this year. Let me tell you, it does get harder. it gets harder. You're sore more often.
All short offense now, or?
Usually.
Yeah.
I pick and choose wisely on my shots, and like so, I kind of joke around to the guys. It's like what I do now is not called wrestling. Okay, it's surviving, trying to score. But it's fun. It's fun when you're able to get in there and mix it up with the guys, and when you really are able to get hands on, you get to figure things out faster, and in turn, you build that relationship with those kids. When they see the effort that you're putting into it, there's a mutual respect there that you can't gain, in most places. So I scrap still with them.
Coaching mentors. You've got Coach Cole, obviously, but who are some of the people that have helped you become who you are as a coach?
I think, first and foremost, it's my family. My father, God rest his soul. He was my hero. He was a mentor to me, and a friend. You name it. If it wasn't for him, the discipline that and what he instilled in me, I wouldn't be here, doing the job that I'm doing.
The person you are.
And my mom has been, my rock. And so I think coming from that good structure that I've had has been very, very important in my, if you want to say, success as a coach. And then coming through, my high school coaches and club coaches, I've had a lot of good mentors throughout my life. And going on to college, and Jay Robinson, one of the greatest men I know. And he was a father figure to me. Taught me a lot, and then my other coaches that were there, Marty Morgan he was my hands-on. He was my hands-on everything, and Joe Russell and Mark Schwab, and then leaving Minnesota was hard. It was hard because I established something there, and that was my family network. And then coming to Cornell, I've been at Cornell now 12 years, and what I have learned from Rob Cole, he's a mastermind. What he's been able to do in this sport at a place like Cornell and an Ivy League with no scholarships, academic, the academic standards is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. So I've been very privileged to be in the positions that I've been in and learn from some of the best people in this world. And I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted because someday when I take over a program, and I need to have that base and that knowledge and that network of friends, that I've been able to get over the years to help. So it's I'm very very thankful for my opportunities I've had.
Can you think back to when you were competing about what the most important self-talk was that you used to keep yourself going?
I think through different stages there were different things.
Sure.
I always had the type of mentality that was, hey, if you don't push yourself hard on this last sprint, you're not going to win a national title. If you can't win this last bike sprint, you're not. If you can't get this last takedown, so I always had like little things that kind of motivate me. But I'd say the biggest thing, the biggest thing that I had was, my father. He was sick. Better part of my adult life.
Okay.
And he would be going to appointments and dialysis, and I would see what he would have to go through just to survive.
Yeah.
And it kind of put things into perspective for me, and I'd be like, look what he does on a daily basis, and all I have to do is wrestle for 7 minutes. If I can't do that, shame on me. So that kind of put things into perspective for me a lot. And it was, you can motivate yourself. I think wrestlers in general are very, they can do that. But when you can find a higher or an outside thing, where it's almost like you got to hold yourself accountable to that.
Yeah.
And my father was, he was that motivation, that drive to, have success or be successful, and that was it.
What about now as a coach? Has it changed as far as your self-talk to motivate yourself to stay competitive? Because you're a competitive guy, but you're 38. Jeez, you're almost 40.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's It's kind of the same thing, you know. I think the focus now is, did I give enough to these guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are they prepared? Or have they trained the right way? Have they, you know, I don't see it somewhat, but you know, you build these relationships with these guys, and you know, they look at you as mentors, like I looked at my coaches. But it's still kind of like I don't see it that way for some reason. And you know, my goal is just to make sure I do everything I can to make sure that these guys are ready, these guys are prepared, and they have a belief in what we're doing, what I'm doing with them, what our staff is doing with them, to go out there. And kind of go out there and kind of lay it on the line, because you know, there are times where, you know, you go out there and wrestle, you don't believe. You know, it's like they don't think they can do it.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody who's in their corner and they believe in you,
right?
You know what I mean? That's where that
it's a real interesting circle.
You know, that's where, you know, if you can't do it for yourself, you look over, you can do it for that guy standing right there who's been through it with you. You know, that has been through those tough days where, you know, has talked you off, you know, off the ledge, you know, because you're having a bad day, or you know, you're just down in the dumps, and you know, you go through this day in and day out with these guys, and you know, got to give everything to them.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.